Okay, take three. What's up? It's Oscar, half a lavender, and I'm going to be doing a little samples breakdown for our track When I Need It Most. The track samples this song called Coast to Coast by this band called Female Species, who are like kind of surf rock, kind of country inspired band that's founded around two sisters from California in like the 1960s. It's an incredible record. There's like 3 or 4 tracks on there that are like some of my favorite records ever. Tying the Leaves, Till the Sun Don't Shine, and then this record, which is Coast to Coast. And I was just reading about the band actually. There's a really cool article on Numera Group's website where they talk about when the band was like first formed. One of the sisters who like founded the band was like cycling home from school and got hit by a drunk driver, and she was fine, but instead of suing the driver, she took $200 from him and used that to buy her first guitar, which I thought was a really cool story. So yeah, the track's called Coast to Coast. The first part is the intro, which is from about 30 seconds into the track.
You take my breath away. You give me love when I need it most.
So those of you that know the track well will recognize the little bits, but basically from that part, I chopped out that part, re-looped the end of that part, same part again, this little refrain, and then yeah, so you stick those all together, and you get this, which is also pitched down 4 semitones, slightly slower. So that's the intro section. So yeah, over that part we have the drums. So drums are pretty simple. I think I didn't want to give too much of the source away on the drums, but a couple of things that are kind of really characteristic to our sound. The snare is always, or not always, but oftentimes slightly earlier than you'd expect it, which is kind of giving it that Dilla feel. Yeah, the other thing we do quite a lot is layer these organic, like recorded percussive elements. So here you can kind of hear the where we've recorded a bunch of like claps and snaps. And the reason you do that is just because like if you're using MIDI drums like one shots and you have the same thing playing over and over again, it can kind of give like a really monotonous like drum machine kind of feel. So when you layer in these kind of like room recorded percussive elements, that can give it a lot more like feeling, I guess. And then I think some shakers as well. Yeah, so you got those, and then when you stack it all together, that's the drums. So yeah, next part for the sample, as far as that goes, we have the kind of chorusy part, which is mostly chopped from that same like 10-second part that's in the intro. There's a couple of variations. So obviously the vocal part plays for a lot longer. Again, like that most section is like slightly delayed, so you kind of get the reverb tail of it but without getting it fully, which I thought was really nice. Again, that section's been pitched down 4 semitones, but then the other thing that I've done is layered over the top another part of that same section, but it's pitched up 8 semitones. So if you do the math, that's an octave above where the lower part is. So yeah, that's this bit. And then the chop here is like the full section. So it's kind of the full melody. And when you stack that with the other part where that melody is like slightly chopped and slightly looped, you get this almost like a double tracking where the melodies are slightly different. So you get a lot more like width and depth in that part. So yeah, those together sound like this.
You give me love when I need it most.
Yeah, so that's the chorus part. One of my favorite parts actually is this kind of like turnaround that we use to get from that chorus to the kind of like the middle 8 kind of verse part. So that's chopped from this section here.
I look for you from coast to coast.
So you can kind of hear right at the start that you've got, and then midway through. So those two sections get chopped up and put together, and so you get as one, and then so yeah, those are kind of like slowed down and stretched out quite a lot to give this kind of time warpy kind of feel. So then in like the main track, if I can find it, where those plays, just coming out of that chorus. And on that section there, the BPM's actually automated, so it slows down and then speeds up, which is something, if you know Lavender, you know that we do that quite a lot. It's just one of the things that really makes music that's made on a grid, quantized, feel a lot more natural and a lot more like it was made by real people. Cool. So the last section is this kind of middle 8 verse section. So samples here are taken from this part.
What can I say? You take my breath.
So they're really quick, you might have missed them, but the bits that are chopped from that are, and then, so those parts, again, pitched down, slowed down, give you, and then, so those two sections in the main track, they are here, so. So that's actually the same two chops. The first one's a pitch down 4, and then the second group where it kind of the chord changes is pitch down 6. So you get like a nice little kind of middle 8 section to break up between the choruses and stuff. And so yeah, that's kind of it. If you guys enjoyed this one, let me know. And if there's any other of our tracks you want production/sample breakdowns for, shoot us the DM or drop a comment. Yeah, sick.